I have the good pleasure of visiting many people in their homes, and I'm always struck by the number of occurrences that people have in their homes of the famous poem, Footprints in the Sand, in which this individual is with Jesus, and there are two sets of footprints. But then there's only one set of footprints after a while, and then there are two again. And so this individual asks the Lord, why are there only one set of footprints? Were you not with me along my journey, especially when I was suffering? And the poem goes on to say that there's only one set of footsteps because I was carrying you. And I think it's for us so essential that we always recall that our faith, Christian faith, is about relationships. That it's the Lord who carries us, even in the moments in which we despair, or are in conflict, or bewildered by life. The Lord is with us. And in John's Gospel, he prepares the disciples by saying, I will not leave you orphan. Now we continue reading from the book of Tobit, and this is a profound story of the importance of relationships and the importance of prayer, that we do not journey on this Christian pilgrimage alone. And often when people encounter feelings of despair, the natural reaction is to die, because sometimes emotional, spiritual, or even physical maladies are so overwhelming that it's better to end it with death. And so here we encounter Anna, who, as she sees Tobias coming back home, says, I felt like dying because you were not with me. And as we've read throughout this week, we encounter people who also want to die. That Tobit, because of his blindness, is no longer able to carry out good works. And even Sarah, who is in Media, who's been afflicted by the inability to consummate her marriage on 7 occasions, also wants to die. I think throughout the story we encounter the presence of people. So it's Tobias who reassures Sarah and eventually marries her. And also we encounter Raphael, whose name means God's remedy. That the angels are always with those who are Christians or who follow God, that we are never alone. And also ultimately all of them pray, that when they are in great despair they pray. And even the manner in which they pray, I think, teaches us to put God first, that his kingdom may come. As Tobit's eyes are healed, he praises God. He said, blessed be God, blessed be his great name, blessed be all his holy angels. May his holy name be blessed throughout all the ages. So he praises God. He praises God when he's afflicted and praises God while he is healed. I think it's so important for us to always realize that our faith is about relationships. As soon as we are driven away by virtue of our sin, by virtue of even the struggles of life, the one thing that we have to do is come back home. That Pope Francis famously called the church a field hospital. That is the place where people encounter healing. And not just physical healing, but I think more profoundly emotional and spiritual healing. Because when people encounter struggle, despair, even physical anguish, they want to die. But we encounter in the book of Tobit, no, it's people reaching out and finding ultimately healing in prayer, to bring all things to our Lord in prayer. And the Eucharist is the greatest prayer of the church, in which the Lord speaks to us, for that's what prayer is, dialogue with our Lord. And he feeds us with his body and blood. And we offer the great prayer of the Eucharistic prayer, all the intercessions that are present there to pray for the dead, pray for all of us, and to give glory to his holy name. And in turn we must bring this healing that we've encountered to the places in our world that need to be healed. And so we can only do this by virtue of our relationship with God. And the Lord sends us his angels, both the archangels like Michael, Raphael, and even our guardian angels who protect us and intercede for us. And even the saints, that Saint Therese always promised that I will spend my heaven doing good on earth. And the letter to the Hebrews speaks about we're surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. So as soon as people feel despair, that they feel alone, that they feel it is better to die than to continue on, must be messengers of hope. Almost like angels. That the word angel means messenger. And so just our own guardian angels, the archangels, give us messages and are messengers on behalf of God. Let's also bring this good news to those who feel that they're walking alone in life. We can say, hey, if you feel like you're walking alone in life, remember that the Lord is carrying